Hi there, Scott ROCKFILE, back for another podcast review for you. Going to be talking about Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Finally got to see Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Been looking forward to this, especially since I rewatched the original Black Panther recently and enjoyed it much more than I did originally. I think, like a lot of Marvel movies these days, this is not a movie you can review as a movie by itself. It's either a sequel to a Black Panther movie or it's part of a bigger Marvel universe. That being said, it is a good sequel to Black Panther, and it is a great tribute to Chadwick Boseman. The bookends of the movie, the entire structure of the movie is basically trying to find solace in loss. And how to go on without the people we love and that kind of thing, especially when somebody who's influential as not only his character is in the MCU and in Black Panther movies, but the actor himself. You could tell there was not a whole lot of acting going on when they were talking about him. No spoilers, not going to talk into a lot of spoilers, but the movie opens with the explanation for where he is and what's happened, and I thought it was handled very well. There's a surprise. There's only one after-credit scene. It turns out they only wanted to do that because they didn't want to take away from the tribute that the movie is, and I think that was wise, and it's a great credit scene. I think everybody in the movie does well. If I have one serious complaint about the movie is stop giving us a plucky new hero that we have to shoehorn in as a MacGuffin into the story that was going to pay off later as the character gets their own TV show or own series or whatever. This is another one in a line of the last few Marvel movies that finds a very young, plucky hero and shoves it into the movie and does find a way to make it, viable that this person is included in this and starts to become what's going to be another hero in the MCU. But again, the movie's 2 hours and 41 minutes long. You could have cut 20 to 30 minutes out of the movie by removing this character and just having it a generic character, because the MacGuffin of it really wasn't that big a deal, and anybody could have played that role. They actually had a pretty large actress play a role in this movie that was kind of just tossed away. I was like, really? Interesting. And they could have done something like that for this character if they hadn't made it this character, but obviously the writers of these movies go, well, how are we going to work this into the MCU? How is this going to affect the long term? Can we squeeze another character in here? I mean, they did it with Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness with America, with Thor Love and Thunder, and now with Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Fingers crossed that the new Ant-Man does not do that, although Cassie, she's going to work into something eventually, but she's been in the movies all along. Anyway, other than that, other than forcing the plucky hero in and making the movie a little bit longer than it needed to be, and I understand there is a potent mix of different elements that make these Marvel movies successful. This one just felt like it had maybe one too many things in the mix. And that would be my only complaint. I really liked how they handled things. I don't want to get into spoilers, so it's hard to talk about it. When it came time to someone to put on the outfit, I wasn't ready for who it was going to be. I didn't want it to be that person, but by the time it happened, they justified it. So that right there makes the movie work for me. I like that they brought back some of the other characters. It just felt it was a little overstuffed, and I know we're trying to do a tribute and all that and make another sequel and everything. It just felt a hair overstuffed, but don't take that as a big negative because I thought the movie was good. I really did enjoy the time spent with it. That being said, if you love Black Panther, you're going to love the second one. If you didn't like Black Panther, I don't know if this is going to change your mind much, but it might. It does have that ability. Some of the later Marvel movies and sequels may not bring new people to the line. I know some of them are designed to, some are not. This one kind of, we have to finish this off, but kind of carry it forward. And I thought they did a pretty good job. And overall, I'm glad the movie's on my shelf, and I will rewatch it at some point because I remember how much Black Panther improved when I gave it a few years of breathing time and went back to it and went, yeah, I really do like this movie. And I already felt this one was a good flick, so we'll see what happens down the road. But Black Panther Wakanda Forever, whether you pick it up on 4K, Blu-ray, or streaming on Disney+, check it out if you haven't already. It's a good tribute to Chadwick Boseman. It's a good tribute to the character. It is a good Marvel stepping stone into what's going forward. Could it be a little shorter? Could it be a little more streamlined? Sure, But again, we're trying to serve a whole bunch of different masters with this movie. It had a lot of baggage coming in that I can't think of too many other movies would have. When you lose your star, it's hard to find that thread that's going to keep people engaged in a new movie. They found it. I was engaged enough to get to where I was truly engaged. It was a little struggle to even watch the movie because, again, we all have that mindset of if the lead actor in our favorite movie and they're making a sequel and he's not in it, why would I watch it? But it's justified. The movie justifies its existence well and lays a road for future things that I want to see in the MCU. So there you go. That's a pretty good review, I think. For everybody else, you really have to see the first Black Panther. This is a specialized movie in the MCU that fits a certain audience. If you haven't seen Black Panther and you don't know any history about it, you won't feel the importance of this film. If it's your first MCU film, I kind of feel sorry for you. It'll be a little bit inundated with a whole bunch of stuff you don't understand. But for us MCU fans, I think it was a decent film. And arguably better than the first one. It didn't devolve into a CGI cartoon fest like the first one did. Well, all the Marvel movies descend into a CGI, some kind of fest at the end, but it was still well done and ends very well. So check it out. Black Panther Wakanda Forever. It's available everywhere now. It's recently released on home video. It's been on Disney Plus for a little while. Check it out. It's a worthy watch in the MCU. Scott Hamilton, I'm ROCKFILE. My links are below. Thank you for listening. Have a spectacular day.